Day 2 at 33rd Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We have the infamous Pook, who is going to be crawling up into this hole right here with that drill, pulling those cables from here all the way through and all the way down. This might be the last time we see him.
That's funny.
It's actually very funny. He's climbing to this ladder, climbing into that hole right there. And then, once he gets done with that, you see that hole way over there? He will then go into that hole, crawl across back over here, grab this cable, and take it into the room right behind here. So there he goes. He's positioning his ladder. Let's zoom out so we can see it. This is like Animal Country Safari, National Geographic. Look at the skill in which he is executing the movement of the ladder. I don't know if that's the best angle, but he's a professional. He knows. He's turning on his light so he can see. Shh, we don't want to disturb him.
Oh, this fiberglass too.
Insulation?
Huh?
That's insulation up there?
Yeah.
I hate that stuff.
Yeah, you and him both.
He's examining his environment. What is he going to do?
Do something a little different.
He's
It's gonna be hell hot too.
He's rethinking his strategy. Watching a professional at work. He feels the pressure because the other folks did it. I'll be back once he decides what he's gonna do. And we're back. He's going up into the hole. Will Pook ever return? I'll let you know shortly. That's me holding the ladder, doing my part. I got it. I got it.
Try to stay on these beams some kind of way. There's nothing to do if you're falling through this one.
I would agree. What you're not gonna do is fall through. And to the hole he goes. Like Jesus in the tomb. We'll be back. He's still up there. I've been helping him pull a cable. This job ain't easy. The cable pulling is this hard metal cable plus 3 Cat 6 cables. Maybe it's easy and I'm just old, I'm not quite sure, but either way it goes. This is no easy job. All right, I'm gonna call paramedics and I'll be back. Now, I have warned him that I'm about to record, and let's see if his attitude is any better. I don't think it's gonna be. The infamous Pook has come down from the ceiling of death. We run the cables down. We have Mr. T, JT, doing some work here, stripping some insulation off of the wires. Then we have Travis.
JT's earning his pay today, y'all.
Today.
So that's why I'm smiling.
But tomorrow he's gonna be a slacker. And just so you know, what we're doing now is we are putting holes into the floor. And the purpose of that is so that we can run power and network connectivity under the floor instead of over the top. That's what we're doing now. All right, latest update. We got the cables down. We brought in one cable right here. And we brought in the power cable right here. So these two cables, power and Cat 6 cable, actually connect up from this front of the house. And we're going to walk up to the front of the house now, and we're going to show you what it looks like. All right. Up to the front of the house. And this is where the front of the house sits, right here. So all these cables are gonna end up here. And in a second, once I determine which cables go where, I'm going to show you how to make a Cat 6 RJ45 cable. So give me a few minutes, gather my thoughts, gather my tools, and I'll show you how to make one. All right, bye. All right. So for those of y'all who know me, you know I don't like no heights. And worse, you know, I don't like no edges. Like, think, what's the edge? Those things on girls' hair? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking like balconies, railings, that kind of stuff. Stuff that is on the edge of death. I don't like it. And this church railing, let me tell you why I don't like it. I don't like it because the railing's always short. See, this is a little short person. This is a railing. To me, this is a curb. It might come up to my thigh, and the way the sanctuary is made, it's not stair step. It's just sloped straight down. So all the force and inertia just causes you to run to the edge, hit that little curb, and next thing you know, you're on the first floor. So just so you know, I don't like it. And so I'm gonna show you how to make a cable. Let me give a shout out to one person I work with. Shout out Travis, because we work together in the audio department. But Tom Bowles, he's a great cable guy at Network Dynamics. The first project that we are still doing, we saw that cabling. Tom Bowles and Network Dynamics did all of that cabling for us. If I wasn't so cheap and if this job wasn't beneath him, I'd have him doing this job. But I am cheap, and this job is still beneath him, so I'm having to do it myself. So, here we go. While I'm unraveling these cables, let's talk about fun facts of cables. Category cable, whether it's Cat 3, old school stuff used for phones, Cat 5, which is probably the standard in most places, and Cat 6. It's all network cable, and if you see this cable here, you see how it's twisted. So Cat 3 has less twist than Cat 5, and Cat 6 has less twist, and Cat 5 has less twist than Cat 6. And Cat 6 cable is kind of thick too. This is actually shielded Cat 6 cable, because some of the consoles actually require a shielded cable. Most computers don't, but this particular console requires shielded. So you will see it's a Cat 6 or Cat 5 UTP unshielded twisted pair. So you'll see unshielded, twisted, and it works in pairs. Why are you saying, and this is SDP, the shielded twisted pair, but SDP is a little bit thicker. So why are the pairs important? Because when you're talking about computer connectivity, most computers only use 2 pairs. They use 2 pins for receive and 2 pins for transmit. And it's usually the orange pair and the green pair. Blue pair and the brown pair, a lot of times they're not used when you're talking about plugging in a regular computer. Now, but if you've ever seen access points, PoE, which is power over Ethernet, category 6 cables, Ethernet, PoE cable, they said to themselves, wow, got these 4 pairs, but I'm only using 2. What can I do with the other 2? So in a lot of cases, like if you ever work in an office and you have that desk phone, the desk phone has one cable going in and one cable going out, and you're like, where's the power adapter? what they said to themselves was, since I have this extra 2-pair cable, I'll make a switch, and the switch has power in the switch, and I will actually run a positive and a negative over the other 2 pair. So back in the day, I could have technically taken this and said, here's one network connection for a computer, and here's another one, because I'm only using 2 pair. But now they said, since we have these telephone devices, access points, and other things that we use, for example, PTZ cameras, they said, I'll take my data across these 2, and I'll run my power across these 2 pair. So that's what we're doing. So the proper count is 1, 2, 3, and 6. So computers only use 1, 2, 3, and 6. 4 and 5 is power, and 7 and 8 is power. We always start with orange. Well, we don't always start with orange, but in our environment, we always start with orange. Orange and green can be swapped, but most people start with orange. White, orange, orange, white, green. And then since it's 1, 2, 3, and 6, it's 1, white, orange, orange, it's 2, 3, white, green. You jump to 6 for the green. So what happens to 4 and 5? You pop in the blue pair. Now, what's weird about this, and I didn't know this for a long time, I don't know why, the blue pair is reversed. Why? Because if you look at it, it's white, orange, orange, white, green, but since the dark green is over on 6, the solid blue comes next, then the striped blue, then the solid green, then the striped brown, then the solid brown. So it's really orange, white, orange, orange, green, blue, blue, white, green, white, brown, brown. That's kind of how it goes. There's going to be a test on this, so the person who gets the answer gets the prize of knowing the color codes. All right, so cut this down. And someone got smart and made these pass-through connectors. Before, you just had to jam them in and use your Superman vision to make sure they're lined up. But now, take the connector, make sure orange is here, and you can see the teeth on the connector, and you kind of line them up and try to hope they stay in order, because, you know, they look straight here. Once you stick them in the connector, I think they come together and plot against you and go, ah. Let's see if I can rearrange myself. So let's see if I can get this on the first try. I think I did. So let me show you this. So you see how it came out right? So on the connector, you can see the colors all the way through and they're still in sequence. So that's how that works. Now before, wasn't a pass-through, which meant it didn't stick out the other side. You had to actually look at it real close and go, are they lined up? And you hope that they were. By them being pass-throughs, it's a little bit easier. You can actually see them line up. So you take the connector, jam it all the way down. Make sure they're still lined up right. What you don't want to do is have to do that again. And take your crimp tool. Stick the connector in the crimp tool. Crimp it down. It cuts off the pass-through, and those little gold tips actually squeeze down on the cable. I make a connection to the solid conductor. Then, oh my God, I made a mistake talking to you. The first thing we do is put on the hood so that we could slide the hood up the cable, but the hood goes first. Oh my God. I gotta do it all over again. Why? Because I'm not trifling, but I want to be trifling. I gotta do it again. I'll be back. So mad at you guys. I'm back. So mad at you. You don't even understand. Distracted me. So, got the new connector on here, and I have the hood. And what the hood does is the hood slides over the base of the connector. Makes it look nice. And I'm gonna tell you, the hoods that I have are for a Cat 5e connector, and this is Cat 6 STP. And it's a much bigger cable than that hole. Let's just say it's like putting on a size 7 dress on a size 14 body. It took me a minute, but I got it on. So what it does, it makes it look nice and professional. Now, I almost lost my mind again because I gotta put a label on here. I couldn't find it. But what we're doing is, because the labels are shrink wrap labels, normally we'd slide them over the top and shrink wrap them, but because this cable is just so doggone thick, I have heat shrink tubing. Get a regular label, slide up under the heat shrink tubing, and boom, there you go. And if someone walks up behind us and goes, "Who did your cabling?" they'll say, "We were almost professional." Not as professional as Tom Bowles from Network Dynamics. But, I'm cheap. So, here you go. So, I have 2 more of these to do. And I'll explain to you probably tomorrow where they're gonna go. This is for the Dante connection. And the beauty of Dante is sound over Ethernet. So I can literally run a single Dante connection and go to a Dante switch in the back and connect those to my Dante amplifiers, my Dante microphones, and my Dante soundboards, and it will take digital audio and send it all over the place. Instead of having that huge snake that you used to see years ago, one enormous snake with 50 channels, this is now the equivalent of that snake. So I got one going to the back switch, I have one going to the monitor board, and I have one going to a distribution rack that has microphones and outputs for the monitor team. So again, thank you for distracting me, making me do my cables all over again. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And by then we will have the wing consoles and we'll have the Allen Heath, I think they have an SQ6, SQ5. I have the Allen Heath SQ5 plugged up here. The Behringer wing console, Behringer wing console down at the monitor board, and we'll start seeing if we can start routing some sound. All right, have a good day. Bye.